Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Knife Mini Buster here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's first of all check out how big this guy is, because overall length of this guy is gonna be 8 inches with a 3.5 inch long blade and a 4.5 inch long handle. But let's see how this guy is comparing up to Ontario Rad number 2, for example, and you've got Ontario Rad number 1 right over here. So you can see this guy is right in the middle, and I like it a lot when blades are right in between the knife that I'm using for size comparison, because for example this is the Spyderco Para 3, and of course you've guessed it right, next up is gonna be the Spyderco Para Militari 2. Again, this guy, look at this, it's in between these two, and usually the size that I really like is the one in between, for example, these two guys. And this is like falling right in that category right there. For example, Chris Reeve Knives is offering Sebenza. This is the small Sebenza 21. And of course, you've got the large Sebenza 21 right over here. Again, this guy is still in the middle, so it means that he's a very, very good choice. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's the perfect size for EDC. I mean, this is a Custom Knife Factory 520 designed by Philippe Georget, and this is another big boy, also Custom Knife Factory, Rassenti designed, Snafu 2.0. So this guy right over here, it's also a beautiful EDC size. It's a little bit chubby, but it's kind of like the same size of the Mini Buster. For example, Shirogorov is offering another two sizes in their lineup, which are the Neon Zero right over here and the F95R Slim right up here. Again, this guy is a little bit bigger than the Neon, which sometimes can be small, but it's definitely smaller than the F95 right over there. So nicely matched. For example, something a little bit smaller, you've got same brand, Knife. This is the Shamwari designed by Gareth Ball, South African gorgeous knife maker. And for example, another pretty common guy, this is the ZT0562. This is just a sprint run, but again, you get the message. This guy is right in between these two offerings, and let me show you another couple ones. We've got the Koenig Knives Arius Generation 4 with this beautiful marble carbon fiber scale set, and okay, last one, I'm gonna show you this guy because I really like this guy. This is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre version 3 Prestige, of course, and this is really probably my favorite EDC size, and it's happening to be kind of like the same, just a tad smaller than that. This guy has a nicer handle to blade ratio than this one, but still, this is still pretty good. Another couple you want to see? Sure. Matte Diskin IDF, a little bit smaller, very similar. There's some similarities, nice milling going on. This is an integral knife. I really like that one. And okay, I'm gonna show you last one. I'm gonna show you this guy right over here. This is the Peter Rassenti Satori Custom, beautiful integral, again, nice titanium frame lock. So, I mean, yes, you get the idea of the size of this guy right over here. This is the Knife snack stand designed Mini Buster. Really cool option, made in China. It's a very nicely made titanium frame lock. Look at the lines. Like, this is something straight out of the future. It has some beautiful milling lines, nicely done. Titanium frame lock, extensively skeleton on the inside to reduce weight. You've got a beautiful titanium backspacer, like almost full length backspacer, dual tone finish, nicely milled out, lanyard hole integrated right over here. You have a very cool design over here, and also you can check out my disassembly video because you can see the guts of this knife, because they are truly outstanding. Of course, you've got your lock face insert, stainless steel, right over here, which is not just a regular stainless steel plate screwed in. This is just like a barrel of stainless steel with a rounded end, let's say, acting as the detent ball and as the lock face insert, like kind of like you have in the Sebenza 31 or the Inkosi or the Omnomzan, for example, if you like Chris Reeve knives. And that's a very, very clever solution that eliminates the need of the lock face insert, let's say, as a separate piece with a separate screw. They just had a clever idea just to punch that right in, and that's it, done. Lock stick, it's gone. Really, really cool. Of course, you've got like there's in this case there's like a built-in lock bar overextension travel, like. It's not built in. You see, you can actually overextend the lock bar past this point. You've got some a little bit less than expected cutout in order for you to be able to disengage the lock bar, but it's not a big deal. I mean, you have some indentation going on. You have just to jam your thumb like over here, and then you're going to be able to close the blade for sure. Also, something that needs to be pointed out, it's the easy of disassembly of this guy, because you've just got a T8 screws for both the pivot and the handle screw, and you're done. You pop this out and you're done. That's it. It's so simple and straightforward to take care of this guy, which is beautiful. It's really beautiful. Screws are not protruding, kind of like flush with the handle, so very, very nice job. Of course, you have the pivot here. It's not captive. I think it's just gonna be spinning, so just keep that in mind. You've got a nicely 3D milled titanium pocket clip right over here, which has a nice design at the entrance over here. Nice spring tension. This is tip-up carry only. It's not reversible. It's just gonna stay right over here. Also, you've got a very, very cool blade going on over here. Look at the jimping. For example, this jimping is nicely done. It's beautiful. You have a nice divot here, which is gonna allocate the tip of your thumb like that, so you feel the end of the jimping. You know your thumb is gonna get like reach up to this point, and it's gonna be great. Absolutely functional. And then you've got a nice wedge going on up to this point, and then look at the tip. This is strong tip, but then gets to a fine tip in this sheep's foot CPM 20 CV, which is like engraved like a little bit right over here. Blade, just really, really cool. Extremely thin stock on this blade, straight edge up to the sharpening choil, which if you just use your fingertip is going to act also as a finger choil, because you can actually do some scraping, some more precise work, because it's wide enough to allocate the fingertip of your index finger. So that's pretty good. There's the Wii logo right over here, and the Snacks logo right over there, and just a little bit like really, really tiny CPM 20 CV logo over there. But overall, it's not like too crowded from the billboarding point of view. It's okay. I also like the plunge grind. I like how it's nicely recessed like that, so you see you can easily sharpen this guy with no issues whatsoever. It's gonna be a breeze to take care of this edge for sure. Also, the stock thickness is a little bit on the thick side. It's not the thinnest of them all, but the grind is nicely done. It's flat. It's almost full flat. And the finish is absolutely beautiful. Has a very cool touch to the, very cool feel to the touch, and it's nicely done. I mean, I can say impeccable. I really like how the blade is centered, and you can see this backspacer right over here as a dual tone finish. It's like satin on this side, and then it's bead blasted on the other side. Just beautifully done. What I truly like about this guy is the sound. Listen to this and this. This is really, really cool. It's not loud, it's very, very subtle and soft and kind of like delicate when you close it. And this is just because of the steel employed, the position of the stop pin, and this detent ball over here, which is just acting like perfectly, and to create this really mellow and pleasant and very, very listenable sound. Really cool, guys. I really appreciate this sound over here because it's subdued, unobtrusive, discreet, dampened. Really, really cool. Also, what I like about this guy is the weight. It's 3.9 ounces, heavily skeletonized on the inside. Look at that. They removed a lot of material to contain the weight of this guy. And there's no hot spots. I mean, maybe a little bit of this guy, like the tip of the pocket clip, just a little bit if you squeeze that much, but not that much. So it's still very, very good. You've got the right amount of jimping over here, and that's the only place where you're gonna find any jimping. There's no jimping here, no jimping here, so pretty smooth overall. You can even do a nice reverse grip. It's not like the longest handle of them all, but still you're gonna have some thing to grasp with your thumb right over here. You can also like choke it up a little bit like that, because this can act also as a finger choil. But overall, guys, this is a solidly built knife, and with this almost full length backspacer, there's no flex, there's nothing moving, no parts are iffy. It's solidly built, I'm telling you. Nice texture, fit and finish is fantastic. I don't see any gaps going on in this one. It's absolutely well put together. There's nothing rattling. The clip is solid, nice retention, it's nicely balanced. The deployment speed is just great. You can do push button like that, you can do a light switch like that, even if there's no jimping going on the flipper tab. There's a nice, of course, chamfering going on like all around. There's no jimping, but still you are able to do a pretty reliable light switch and also a push button deployment action. So any case, it's gonna work reliably without any finger sore, at least in my case. But what is really cool about this guy is that this guy is running on multi-row bearings, and that's why this guy is this smooth, like absolutely smooth. Action is fantastic. It's a pleasure to fidget with this guy, just to open it like compulsively, because it's so good. The feel you get, it's that pleasant, guys. It's so good. Like it's really, really pleasant to deploy, to use, and to close. So really, really cool. I would have preferred maybe a little bit more area here to disengage the lock bar, but it's not a big deal. Of course, there's no lock stick whatsoever. No need for detent ball ramp, also because the detent ball is right up there making contact with the tang of the blade. As soon as you disengage the lock bar, it's right there, so there's no need for any detent ball ramp, which is beautiful. So no hard step, it's just like a smooth transition up to the close position, and as soon as you disengage the lock bar, look at this, free fall. But there's no guillotine effect, you have just to wiggle a little bit in order for the blade to close, gliding into the closed position. So really, really outstanding action. You even have a little bit of detent suction over here, kind of like a nice magnetic effect, not that much, but still it is there. So I mean, overall, guys, this is a really good looking knife. It's not for everyone, I get it, but I really dig this look. Modern, it's subtle, there's some nice really cool touches over here. The sound is fantastically subdued. The grip is great ergos, great feel, great action. So I think this is the best WE knife that I've tried so far. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.